Thank you.
Right, the Sydenham Quarter. Good afternoon.
Hello, thank you. My name is Judy and I'm the Secretary of the Sydenham Quarter, which is the group that represents business in Sydenham. I'd like to thank the Council for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the Sydenham Quarter and, more importantly, the Sydenham community in regard to the Buchan Park Playground. You'll all be well aware that in 2012 the Sydenham community took part in the development of the Sydenham Master Plan in conjunction with the Council. The objective of the Master Plan's initiative was for badly damaged communities to be able to have input into how they would like to see their community rebuilt. And the Sydenham Master Plan set guidelines for a beautiful redevelopment of the Sydenham area. Sadly, 5 years on, the reality is far removed from the aspirations of the Master Plan. The redevelopment of Sydenham has seen a hodgepodge of rebuilds that bear no resemblance to the optimistic plans developed in 2012. Empty and overgrown sections in Colombo Street add to the appearance of a sad and forgotten gateway to the central city. Nowhere is this more evident than in the Buchan Playground. This little heritage park is totally neglected, and this neglect will continue with no budget for improvement included in this annual plan or in the following annual plan predictions. The playground only has 2 pieces of playground equipment. Of the 2, only 1 piece of rundown equipment is in working order. Even the swings have been removed and just the frames are left in place. The landscaping needs upgrading, the lawns need replanting, the old rickety park benches need replacing, the trees and shrubs need pruning and or removing, and the rubbish and broken and abandoned signage needs removing. From our perspective, even the mowing of the park only seems to happen following a complaint. There was a plan put forward to the Sydenham community by the previous community board to use a part of Buchan Park in a land swap sale arrangement to enable the Sikh community to build a temple adjacent to and using some of the Buchan Park land. The monies from the sale of part of Buchan Park in this exchange would have paid for the park to be upgraded. The Sydenham community was reluctant to see part of the park sold, and the agreement lapsed. It seems to us that maintenance on the park stopped at around the same time. Construction is currently underway on the old Sydenham school site housing development. Residents from this development will use the park, as will people shopping at the Colombo and other surrounding Sydenham businesses. Buchan Park is the only significant green space in the Sydenham business area, bounded by Antigua, Moorhouse, Wilson's and Brougham streets. Yet in its present state the park is uninviting, underused, overgrown and has next to no usable play equipment. In fact, a child would be unable to kick a ball on the grassed area due to the length and condition of the lawns. The Sydenham community urges a rethink on the annual plan. We know and appreciate that funds are very tight. But we would ask the Council to take the first vital step and include a budgeted sum to upgrade and improve the park in this annual plan and subsequent plans going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Phil.
Judy, thank you very much. I
Pleasure.
think as Council we need to know about the neglect of this park, and the first thing that I think is important is just whether you consider there's any safety issues attached to the state of the children's swings and playground.
I have always felt that the park needed to have better facilities. It certainly does have some very dark areas, and And I think it needs a really good comprehensive plan undertaken for it, for a complete upgrade.
Yeah. Thanks, Judy. And my other question really is sort of in relation to what you're aware of, and that is with the change of the ward boundaries. There's
Yes.
now a new community board there.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering, have you had opportunity to talk yet with the new, that'll be the
We have
central
spoken
community board?
informally with Dion.
Right. Okay. So I would just hope that in fact that this has progressed, because what just so councillors are aware, the previous community board, as Judy said, really did a lot of work on trying to actually enhance this park, and then there was the end of the term.
But was there a, the Chief Executive's just pulled up the Buckham Playground upgrade paper that went to your community board
in July 2016.
July last year?
That's right. My recollection is it may have even come to council as well. Tim might be- yes, it came to council actually, and council decided not to proceed with the plan. And so that's really why, as Judy has said, we are now in this pretty serious
This
state.
is quiet about selling some of the reserve.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
heard the previous submission.
Yes.
And, there's a community that's turned an entire
Absolutely.
playground around it. Is there a community within Sydenham that would want to play a similar role with Buckham Playground?
It's kind of difficult really in Sydenham, because there are a number of small business owners, but not that many residents at present. So it's kind of hard to get a buy-in from the local businesses to, apart from the fact when someone says we're going to sell part of it, and then everyone arrives. Everyone arrives. So it's kind of hard to get that going, but I'm sure that we could form a working party that will work with the council to an end result.
I think that would be a very good suggestion, because I often find that you're never going to get a perfect result if it's about the council doing
I
something
totally
for
agree.
the community.
Yeah.
You're going to get a much better result if the community says we want to work in partnership with the council to
Absolutely.
achieve the objective.
Yeah.
Yanni.
I just want to clarify. So the problem is that the money, so council made the decision to defer a lot of projects around master plans.
Yes.
So this one currently has money for 18, 19, 19, 20, and because it's been pushed out to 2021 and 21, 22, it's not shown in the draft consultation documents, which I think is causing some confusion for people. So the project is still going ahead. It's simply a timing thing, and it wasn't the board. The board actually is still waiting for council to brief the board on what's happening with master plans.
Yeah.
So it's really in council's court around the funding and the timing. But the other thing is the maintenance issues have been repeatedly raised by the local community board. In fact, just the other day we had a briefing, and we have been told that there are insufficient budgets to deal with the number of outstanding maintenance requests for our parks. So I think it's really, the question really is to say, are you supportive of us putting extra funds on budget to do the basic maintenance on our parks and our playgrounds that the concerns that you've raised in the submission?
Absolutely.
Sorry, I just want to say something. Just yesterday at the community board, we got an assurance that there will be some work done on the maintenance and stuff like that there. They're going to go and have a look at it.
Buckham Park.
Yeah, at Buckham Park. So there is going to be some work about tidying it up, I suppose.
And it's not the only one that's...
Yeah, but Buckham Park was
There's
specifically
broken
talked
signs that
about.
have been there for 2 years that are lying in the middle of, the landscaped areas. Nothing happens there,
Shocking.
Before Christmas, the lawns were over a foot high. It was crazy.
But I think you're right. There was a report brought forward, and so I think everyone was waiting for that to be adopted, and then it wasn't. So, you brought it back to our attention. But I think that finding that community connection will unlock access both to the council, but also access to the community engagement in that park, because there's no point having a park there if nobody is using it or nobody values it and nobody's responsible or takes that guardianship role on the ground.
I agree, but at the same stage, it's difficult for people to go there and have their lunch if they're wading through grass that's a foot high.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
So it's where we can get that balance, the two of you together. David?
Look, I was involved in the last term with a lot of the discussions around the Sikh church, and there were a couple of issues. That park has got a bit of a dog leg in it, and there were a number of concerns expressed with children's safety in the back part that need to be addressed. But the other issue, which hasn't been raised here today, and I wonder if it still exists there were a number of quite important heritage items in that park. Some of them related to the old school of some time ago. I'm not sure whether it was close by or the Sydenham school itself, but there is quite a significant heritage factor in that park that needs to be preserved as well. And I'm just interested to know, does that still exist, those things, or
the plaques are still there.
yeah?
The school bell was stolen
Oh, it's a shame.
and removed, and then the sign was pushed over.
So there's not only a need to retain a green space in the Sydenham area, there is also some heritage bits and pieces that need to be recognised as well.
Sounds like a classic case of the broken windows syndrome, and it's just getting worse and worse.
Yes, exactly.
Right, anything else? Any others? No? Look, thank you very much for your time. It's much
Pleasure.
appreciated.
Thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.